Hello, it's been a while. I haven't got dressed up today. I'm really sorry. I'm exceptionally ill. So, after the last video that I posted, I said I was going to go off and do vegans next, because they were the next on the list. I went and did so much research, okay, and into the people that I'd covered before. I went and checked them all out, as many as I could find. Some of them have deleted the channels, most of them have deleted the videos. And nobody's talking about this stuff anymore. Almost like it was some kind of fad. Hey, who could have seen that coming? So there's no vegan content, which is fine for me. I was happy to just move on. But then, it was New Year, and then I took a mental health break, and now I've gone and got freaking super mega ill. So while all that's going on, I just thought I'd put out a quick video just to say, instead of the vegans, and then I can move on, you see. Then I can just carry on and get on with the next script, because I've been struggling with this one. So you may or may not be able to tell. It's totally unscripted. I know it's dark. I had to wait for the painkillers to kick in. Did I already mention that? Anyway, so instead of talking about vegans, I thought I'd just talk about a couple of my own conspiracy theories, if you like. So most of you know I'm totally against bees, and this happened because I got this thing about follow the money, right? So long story short, it probably happened around 9/11. 2005, I went on a deep dive into 9/11, how it happened, why it happened, and then I went into the history of why these people hate these people, and where did this war start, and why this, why that, and you get all the way back to fucking Solomon's temple. You know what I mean? it goes deep, it goes back. And it got me into this habit of, like, no matter what anyone says, always follow the money, right? I'm seeing all these advertising campaigns saying save the bees, save the bees. Oh, if the bees die, then everybody dies. You see it everywhere. And I just thought to myself, like, who's paying for these advertising campaigns, and why? Like, why is this on my TV all the time? Why is everybody saying this? To the point that now, in 2025, I mean, I'm going back now, I'm talking in the 90s that we were seeing these campaigns. But now, in current year, it's just normal. Everybody just has it in the red. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, save the bees. Obviously, bees are dying. Mate, they were talking about this in the fucking 90s. It's been fucking nearly 40 years. And still the planet's fine, right? But anyway, so I start thinking to myself, I'm seeing these save the bees shit. Obviously, after the 9/11 deep dive, I see more of the save the bees shit, and it just gets me thinking about it. Like, I've seen all these campaigns growing up and shit, and it's like, who's paying for all this shit? Like, where's all this money coming from? Obviously, you start thinking to yourself, like, bees make honey. Bees, now this is gonna shock you. Bees pollinate crops. Who knew? But if bees weren't pollinating crops, normal insects couldn't pollinate them anymore, because we use this stuff called insecticides and pesticides. Now, what a pesticide is, it kills the things like crickets and shit like that eat your crops and damage your crops, right? But it also kills literally everything else that pollinates the crops. See, back in the day, before there were farmers and fields and shit like that, before all this shit, animals would come along and eat a little bit of the crop, they'd nibble a bit of it, and then they'd move on to the next one and they'd nibble a bit of that, and they pollinate it. So they're eating it and pollinating it at the same time. Pests and pollinators are the same fucking thing. But bees are controllable, right? You can take a queen bee and put it, because it's in a hive, you can put that hive on the back of a lorry. You can ship that lorry all around the country. So I've done a bit of research, and there's one company in America. In England, it's probably a problem, but it's harder to find details about that sort of thing. In America, there's one company that pollinates like 75% of the entire country's crops, right? Bees, you can genetically modify bees. Mate, we're fucking cloning sheep. We put a human ear on the back of a rat. Are you trying to tell me that we're not doing crazy shit to bees, genetically modifying bees? Of course we are. That's why they can survive all this crazy shit that we put on the crops. So the stronger and hardier we make them bees, the more ravenous they become. They're not just pollinating the crops now. They're going around everywhere, all the wildflowers. You know what I mean? You ship these things in big containers and you let them out on the crops and they go everywhere. You've got hold of the queen so you know that they're going to come back so you can ship them off to the next fucking place. But while they're out there, they eat everything. So the local insects, plural, as in all different species, butterflies, ants, you name it, all of it. That's all getting starved out. There's no food left. But the bees that have eaten it don't even fucking live there. They've moved on, mate. They don't even need any of that food, actually. They're ravenous as fuck, so they do need to eat. But the company's obviously going to pay for food for the bees. So if they could just train these bees not to eat and just pollinate the crops, we wouldn't have a problem. But that's an impossibility, obviously. So all the local insects are getting starved out, man. But not only that, if any of them insects that are starving, they come over onto these crops accidentally, not knowing what a pesticide is, now they're dying out. So they're getting killed out over there, they're starving out over there, there's nowhere left for them, and everyone's like, it's fine, they're pests. What do we want ants for? Mate, ants are the most important part of the fucking entire ecosystem. Just ants on their own are so fucking vital. That's why they're everywhere. They're everywhere because they're necessary, you fucking moron. Humans, man, they seem to think that the planet's like artificial and it's like an accident that there's like natural shit in it. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be happy when we're walking around on one big slab of concrete or some bullshit. So anyway, that's my bee thing, right? The people that are paying for these adverts saying save the bees are obviously the people that own the bees, obviously. And the reason that they want you to save them is because they've invested quite a lot of money into these fucking genetically modified bees. So that's that one. And a lot of you have hopefully already heard that. And if you've got any comments or whatever, please feel free. I'm hopefully going to be making some kind of like 2-hour documentary, since I'm the only person who's ever spoken about this. I'm literally the only person who's got anything negative to say about bees, which is fucking weird in my opinion. And it either means I'm loopy, which I am, so that's fine, or maybe I'm onto something. Who knows? Maybe you're the crazy ones. Maybe I'm the only sane person. So anyway, whatever. Let's move on to step 2. I buy a lot of this stuff. It's from like out of the toilet. It comes in a bottle, but it's like out of the toilet. It's that water stuff, right? That's a Idiocracy reference if you know it. Now then, this says, right, that it's natural mineral water, yeah? This one ain't quite so bad, actually, 'cause it's not as if this is saying it's got one particular source. But have you seen the ones in, like, your local shops that say that they've got, like, one specific source? On the back it says, like, oh, this water comes from... I haven't got one of them ones, unfortunately. I've just got this. But anyway, yeah. It's not fucking possible. There's no way there's enough natural mineral water not only coming out but being siphoned up. Are you having a laugh? All the rivers would run dry if the supermarkets all around the Western Hemisphere, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know that for damn sure in England, in France, in America, these are ginormous countries. They've all got fucking supermarkets with shelves and shelves full of this natural mineral water that came out of the spring. Of course it fucking did. There's fucking warehouses and warehouses and warehouses filled with bottles of liquid that all claims to come from the same source. Are you having an actual laugh? There's no fucking way. And I'd believe it. I would believe it if my local water said that it came from somewhere around here. But it don't, right? Like, I don't know where you're watching this, but if you've got cooperatives, we've got a shop called the Co-op in England, right? And the Co-op has its own brand of water, and that brand of water comes from one monastery in Scotland. One monastery in Scotland. provides all the water to every co-op in the country, you're having a bubble, mate. There's no chance. It's not true. So that's my new conspiracy theory. Again, I haven't heard anyone mention this. I seem to be the only person who's picked up on it. I have seen once a while back an underground documentary type thing where they went into one of these bottling companies and they found out that sometimes they use the tap, like when the supply runs out, they just go over to the tap and fill it up at the tap. And it was a while ago, one of them, watchdog type things where they like undercover and whatever. That's what it was. It was a while ago that I saw it, and I wasn't really paying attention because I was young. When you're young, you don't care about like all that kind of anything. I didn't care about anything. But now, God damn it, the world's in trouble. It's in peril, and we need to talk about it. Fucking no chance bottled water is fresh. Natural spring water. It's just not. It's just not. And fuck off trying to save the bees. Them bees that you're saving are literally killing the planet. They fucking brainwashed you. Because there's two types of people, right? There's the people like the young version of me who don't give a fuck what happens to the planet anyway. They couldn't give two fucks about the bees either way, right? So they're not bothered about saving the planet. They're destroying the planet in other ways. Right? They might kill a bee, but also they drive a car. Do you know what I mean? And then there's the hippies, the hippy-dippy dickheads that want to save the planet, right? And they're the ones that you've convinced that somehow that it's important to save the bees. So it's like saving the Terminator. It's like saving the insect version of Terminator and being like, oh, don't Terminator look super, super duper cute? That's why you've been brainwashed into it, because they've made it, it's a cute insect. That they haven't made it cute. It just is cute. So they've got this cute insect, and it's a fucking Terminator. And all these hippies are like, yeah, save the planet, save the Terminator. They put it down and turn around, and this Terminator just goes off, fucking eliminating every other insect, everything. So, whatever. I keep ants because I think ants are really important. My colony has just come out of hibernation, and it is, I believe, 6 years old this year. It's possibly 7 years old, but I think it's 6 years old. I really should have written it down somewhere, but when you get these things, you're just excited, and it's only in a test tube, so you pop it away and forget about it, and after so many years you sort of lose track. But anyway, it's a big colony. Last year it made its first set of elates. I know I pronounced that word wrong, but whatever. This year I'm super duper excited to see them awake so early in the year. Like that's a good sign. There's a big fat bunch of them all looking for food right now, and I'm not going to feed them because I'm so ill and in so much pain that I just don't want to leave the house, man. I don't even want to be recording this video. I don't want to do anything. But like I say, while the painkillers are kicking in, I've got to get it out of the way, because then it's just, I want to move on. I want to get back to those videos that I was doing before with all the, the imagery. And look at this thing. Look, we're talking upgrades, it's not great. It's old, but it's fun, right? It's more fun than just having a picture on the screen, to actually have something, I don't know if I'm going to use it. It's just there for now. All right. Well, thank you for checking in. I hope you're all doing better than me. I will say, if you right now watching this do not have headache, toothache, the flu, fucking, chronic shoulder injuries or knee problems, if you don't have any of those things, like be happy with that. Like, appreciate today, because your future self, like, you can't do anything about the pain that your future self is going to be in, but he'll be able to deal with that pain, or she will be able to deal with the pain that they're in so much more, knowing that this version of you right now appreciates your body while it works. It's funny, isn't it? We always like, something aches. It's like, that hurts. But when it doesn't hurt, we don't wake up like, nice. My fingers don't hurt. My fingers are literally the only thing on me right now that don't hurt. I'll leave you with that anyway. Take care. Love you. Bye.